administration inherited an obsolete, broken, old system that wasn't meant for this. We discarded that system, and we now have a new system that can do millions of people as you need them. But we had to get rid of a broken old system that
I'd like to welcome everybody to the Bullish Network. Guys, I'm going to highlight the Financial Stability Oversight Council new asset class, IMF's excitement about digital currency, and of course, I tied another FSOC member to the new asset class movement as far as formal guidance on bank and fintech partnership is coming. FDIC, McWilliams. Now, McWilliams is on the Financial Stability Oversight Council, which is the heavyweight from each organization. So you have Steve Mnuchin, who is the U.S. Treasury Chair. Of course, you got Jay Clayton, who is the chair of the SEC. And then, of course, guys, we did a video rabbit hole where U.S. Treasury just appointed Brian Brooks to this OCC chair. So pretty much, guys, the Financial Stability Oversight Council is very excited about this new asset class, and I will show you that in this video. I kind of wanted to highlight this also because most say it could be parallel, meaning, some are saying we're talking about the epidemic, but clearly, guys, from all the research that I have done, I clearly understand that there's an executive order 13772 which says that we need a new financial system. And it's ironic how this epidemic and the financial economy is playing together. So shout out to Reborn 13. Are you listening closely? TikTok XRP is on the clock. Now, shout out to Digital Asset Daily, link in the description. Highly recommend following him. This administration inherited an obsolete, broken old system. We discarded that system. We have a new system. It's incredible what we have done, and this new system will now serve for the future. Clearly, like I said, some are going to say epidemic. I'm saying digital currency. Also, even the bull, the bearable bull, Donald Trump confirms new system has been created. We have been given the red carpet treatment. And I have been saying it also too, guys, with this epidemic, the prices have fallen. I believe that increases the opportunity. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm documenting my journey. This is for entertainment purposes only. So here's Digital Asset Daily also. Like I said, guys, I recommend following Digital Asset Daily. He has a really good channel also. Lots of good news on his channel. Now, this is what sent me down the FSOC rabbit hole. Shout out to Alex Yeet. Fintech mobile banks, the future. Now, he tagged me in this. Is regulators open to allowing non-bank companies to build banking business? So this is the article. Now, we covered this, but this is what starts the rabbit hole. Square receives approval to build banking arm after regulatory changes. So we understand Square, somewhat fintech company, but this is what jumped out at me right here. This is Jelena McWilliams, chairman of the FDIC. Now, once I saw that, it all came together, because if you guys recall, COINBASE is FDIC insured and Binace is FDIC insured. So this is pretty much fintech companies receiving FDIC insurance, she's the top banking regulator. Jenny McWilliams, chairman of the FDIC, participates in a panel discussion during the annual Milken Institute's. FDIC chair McWilliams said in a statement, proposal would ensure parent companies serve as the source of strength for their industrial bank subsidiaries. But if you want to do a little bit of research on McWilliams here, formal guidance on bank fintech partnership is coming. FDIC McWilliams says the industry needs consistent formal guidance on how banks and fintech should work together, according to Jelena McWilliams. Regulators must be less suspicious of innovation, or they risk putting banks at a competitive disadvantage to non-banks, McWilliams said. So, once again, guys, I'll show you right here. Here's Jelena McWilliams, the chairman of the FDIC. So now it all comes so clear how COINBASE got FDIC insured, because she is very excited about partnering banks and fintechs are they risk losing out to competitive, they'll have a competitive disadvantage to non-banks. So we are also taking a look at how banks are dealing with fintechs. It's our staff trained to look at technology and understand what's going on. So pretty much Financial Stability Oversight Council. And this is actually going to bring me to this right here. You guys recall the other day, Mnuchin getting the OneWest band back together again at the OCC. Now, the OCC, like I said, guys, is right here. Brian Brooks, who we did a video on a couple days ago. This video will come up at the end. You guys can check it out. COINBASE connections to the U.S. Treasury. Now, this is Brian Brooks right here. Now, once you go back to this, Mnuchin getting the OneWest band back together again. Department of Treasury Steve Mnuchin has apparently enjoyed working with some of his counterparts at OneWest Bank, so much that he's now moving to staff the leadership of the Officer of Temperature Controller of Currency with former OneWest executive Joseph Otting, who served as the CEO of West Wing from 2010 to 2015, is already the COC. Now the OCC is adding Brian Brooks, who served as the vice chair and chief legal officer at OneWest and is the chief operating officer of First Temperature Controller, but who most recently served as the chief legal officer at COINBASE. So pretty much, guys, here we got FSOC, Joseph Otting, who's already in the position. They own OneWest Bank together with Mnuchin. Now Otting's out and Brian Brooks is in. So from Brian Brooks to go from COINBASE to the FSOC, Financial Stability Oversight Council, it just clearly shows you some of the connections. And when Brad Garlinghouse says banks will hold digital currency and banks will hold XRP, of course they are. It shows you right here, McWilliams is excited about bank and fintech partnerships is coming. Clearly right there, guys. So that's the rabbit hole in the FSOC. Pretty much, and the same thing with Jay Clayton here. SEC proposal eventually unleash security tokens. Jay Clayton, guys, is Mr. Alibaba himself, who helped raise the IPO, initial public offering for IPO, which is one of the biggest IPOs in history. And of course, he also sits on the FSOC. The point of this story, guys, is this government is extremely excited about this new asset class. And I think the IMF pretty much beats that nail on the head a little bit right here. Central bank digital currency, incredible. Now, shout out to Deshaun, the legend Goodwin. Central bank digital currency, incredible. Brings me to this article right here. Benefits of a digital currency emphasized. So this is the IMF, International Monetary Fund. And you guys recall that Ripple is on the high-level advisory board at the International Monetary Fund. So that's the connection with Ripple and the IMF. Tay Zhang, Deputy Managing Director, International Monetary Fund, has made a strong argument for the development of a central bank digital currency. He asserts that as a new asset class, they hold tremendous promise, notably for the developing world. Benefit of digital currency emphasized. Now, if you go to this right here, he's extremely excited. International Monetary Fund, March 19, 2020. He gives you first reason, second reason, third reason, fourth reason, fifth reason of why we should move forward with a central bank digital currency. But once again, guys, a CBDC is only good for XRP because they have been working with the International Monetary Fund, and you have to have a bridge asset for walled gardens. So IMF is extremely excited about CBDC, which is actually a big change from the BIS and kind of where the IMF stood on their stance on digital currencies in 2017. Big difference. So extremely excited about that, that's for sure. Now I want to give show you guys this real quick. Here's Brad Garlinghouse says Ashish Birla might just be our product guy, but he usually knows what he's talking about. This is kind of funny that Brad Garlinghouse would bring this out, which highlighted this, which also made me think. Now, this is Randy Zuckerberg, Mark Zuckerberg's sister from Facebook, and all of a sudden she's really excited about Ripple. Then I got to thinking, why or what did Ashish Burla say to her to have her so convinced or excited about Ripple? So I think Ripple will be taking off in the next 2 years. So then I got to thinking, hold on, Ashish Burla, what could he have said to her? Now, SVP of product and dev at Ripple, but he's also a board member at Bitso. Now, guys, Bitso, I have said since day one, is phase one of the Phoenix. They implemented Ripple technology in Bitso in 2015, and this has been running nonstop, no failures since then. Now being backed by MoneyGram, digital currency group, Visa, MasterCard, it is only grown, and we hear constantly about the unprecedented utility coming from Bitso. And he's also a board observer at MoneyGram. So I'm pretty sure he told Zuckerberg all about Bitso, about the MoneyGram relationship, and I'm pretty sure from there was no more convincing needed. I will link all this in the description. Coinbase connections to U.S. Treasury. This is actually a hell of a video right here, guys. I connect the insider at Coinbase to the Treasury, and which now this article just came out. Looks like they're kind of putting it together now too. Mnuchin getting the OneWest band back together again. SEC proposal could eventually unleash security token sale. Guys, it's coming. They're excited about ICOs, exchange traded offerings. This is a new way to have an IPO, which is an STO, security token offering, and SEC proposal, Security Exchange Commission. So Jay Clayton is excited about this opportunity. That's for sure. So anyway, the Bullish Network logo will come down right now. Smash that logo to subscribe to the channel. What do you think about the FSOC new rabbit hole connection we found? Let me know what you guys think in the comment. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, and that notification bell. You will be notified when we release videos daily. Much love. Mahalo.